Hello, this is Intuitive Anna Priscilla. It's a day after the 4th of July, and we've had so many mass shootings in the last weekend leading up to this day. And for many days, I decided I would ask the tarot for some advice about why we're in this situation with so many mass shootings. How did we get here, and what can we do about it? So the first card here is the situation that we're in. And we have the Page of Swords. Well, think about swords. Swords are weapons. So in our day and age, a sword would be a gun. So we have a lot of young men, people of young mind, shooting, using weapons. And in the progression of the court cards, the page is the child, the teenager, the immature, and swords are thought. So we're at a stage in our society where we haven't matured in our thinking and our rational thought. Also, ironically, it's children often who are being shot, who are being killed by these weapons. So weapons in the hands of an immature mind are very dangerous. As a society, we're teenager compared with some of the older civilizations on this planet. So we haven't really learned to control our mind, to control our thought, control our actions yet. So we're in a very immature, very dangerous stage. Giving a child a gun is a very dangerous situation to be in. So this is many-layered, this card. It's talking about our immaturity as a country, our immaturity of thought, and the fact that many of the shootings are being done by young, angry young men who aren't thinking through their actions, who are acting on impulse. This is a card of a young child, a child who's throwing tantrums, who can't have what they want when they want it. So this is shows we need to grow up here. The next card shows how we got to this situation. Oh my gosh, here we have the Tower. This is very telling. So this is a major arcana card. This is a major life lesson that we need to learn. We need to learn that we need strong foundation to our culture, to our society. The Tower is an image, before it's struck by the lightning, of security, stability, strong foundations. You can see this tower is built on rock. Our foundations are weakening. We're not strong. We're not a united country. There's a lot of things that are unstable in our society, and you can see the tower here is toppling the crown. The crown represents authority, rule of law, thinking of having a secure, mature situation to live in. So here we are, our society is losing its foundations. We're split, we're divided, we're not strong. And so we are liable to have all sorts of situations that make us unstable. The next card shows why we got here. Wow, that's interesting too, particularly since it's another card of child. You can see two children in a garden. We had the Page of Swords, which is a child, showing our immaturity. But this card represents romanticizing the past, when we were younger, maybe a younger country. And it's true, we needed guns when we were first establishing the country. If you lived out in the middle of nowhere, you needed a gun to feed yourself, to protect yourself against predators, against other people. So we have this romantic idea. You can see it in our westerns or our war movies. You know, this idea of being noble with our gun, and it's a romantic, childish idea, but also an idea that was valid in the past. We needed them. We needed them to defend ourselves, to establish ourselves, but we don't need them anymore on the same level. So people are emotionally attached to this romantic idea of the gun as being something that's necessary for us. It also shows again that we're not mature in our thinking in this regard. We haven't grown up. We're still thinking in those terms. And the next question after all this doom and gloom is, what can we do about it? Well, this is a great answer, actually. You can see here that this woman is subduing the lion. If you think of the lion as our baser nature, we need to rise above that. We need to evolve in our consciousness and find ways of dealing with things that are peaceful rather than aggressive. If the lion was devouring the lady, this would be more appropriate to the situation we're in. Our wildness, our basest instincts are controlling us. We need to evolve. Also, you can see the Lemonsket, the infinity symbol above her head. We need to go back to older principles, universal principles of kindness, compassion, dealing with things in a more loving, rational way. But at the moment, the lion is dominating, as we can see from the other cards. So this is, again, a card of maturity, a card of as we grow up, we need to learn to control our baser instincts. To have a society that we can live in, we have to evolve in consciousness. And you can see the mountain in the background. We have to go to a higher ground here, else we're never going to get away from that tower situation. So this card here shows if we can do that, what can our possibilities be? And this is a very hopeful card. It shows that if we can get to a higher ground, we can establish our principles firmly. We can see he's looking out over, we could have a wider vision, and there's ships. We can watch our ships come in. Our potential can be realized. We have such great potential. But at the moment, we aren't there yet. We have to climb that mountain. So the middle card should sum up the whole reading. So, okay, here we go. This is the message that all of it's shown us. We have to move on. We have to let go of things that we held dear in the past that we thought were important for our emotional well-being. We have to move up to the higher ground. We have to maybe go into a period of self-reflection and thought. The moon is full. It's time. It's time to move on. It's time to let go of our old desires, our old loves, our old wishes, our love affair with the gun, with this way of being. We need to move to a higher perspective, which you could see up here. And then what is crossing it? Well, the obstacle is our laws. We have to make laws that will make this possible, because at the moment all of this is legal on some level. So we have to look at our society and the laws that govern it and the principles that govern it. This is also a card of karma. So we are in this situation because we have not dealt with some of these issues. And until we do on a serious level, we won't change. Also, you can see that the tower and the justice show structure of society and the laws that govern it. So we also have to have fairer laws. We have to have some social equity. We have to deal with a lot of issues that are leading us to this situation of instability and violence. So that was a pretty heavy reading, but I think we're in a pretty heavy situation, and we need to take hold of this and to deal with some of these situations that we're facing, because otherwise we're facing the tower. Then the tower is a violent, fiery end to our well-being and our situation. One thing that does strike me is that we have 3 major arcana cards, which are very strong principles. These are the lessons we all need to learn in our lifetimes and in society's lifetime to evolve. We need to have a stronger foundation. We need to have stronger laws. We need to look at the consequences of our actions, and we need to take control and elevate our consciousness, move on from the Wild West mentality we have now. But the 2 child cards show our immaturity of thinking, so we have to grow up at last. And if we do, we can have a potential of a happier future. But this is still not a major arcana card. We really have to move towards this to really change things. So thanks for listening. If you like and subscribe, and I'll be back with you soon.